joining me today. I'm Libby Dyson from libbystamps.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in Australia. Alright, now I'm still using Petal Promenade, and thought I'd just bring this in and show you these beautiful papers. The catalogue doesn't do them justice, but these are the papers. And then there's the two ones with frames. You could stamp in the middle of these, or you could carefully cut around with a Stanley knife or a pair of snips and use it as a frame. And then there's this one that's beautiful as well. And then when you flip them over, you've got sort of neutral type papers. So they're the ones that are in the Petal Promenade suite. So we're going to make a little box, and we're going to use this DSP and fresh fig. And before I do that, I'll show you these cards that I've done using Petal Promenade. I think that went up on Tuesday, and I am liking the white Whisper White polka dot tulle ribbon on with this designer series paper. So that's one card. This is Monday's card, and I just cut that at an angle and put it on the tufted dynamic impressions embossing folder, and that's the inside and the outside of the envelope. Then this one I did yesterday. I demonstrated in the Latte Girls team meeting that went sideways, and that's the envelope and the inside of the card of that one. And this is the champagne foil, really pretty. Okay, and this one was the varied vases. Who knew you could get varied vases with Petal Promenade? And I've used the vase builder punch to punch out the vases in DSP. So that's that one. I made a mask with that. Let's see if I can, there we go. So here's my varied vases, and what I've done is I've punched out these masks that are sticky, sort of, on a post-it note. And so I've been able to put the mask down, stamp my stem, take the mask off, she says, there we go, and then you can stamp the vase and you don't see the black stem underneath. So that's all I did with that one. Then I've got, let's put them out of the way, these two little pouches that I did on Tuesday in Live with Libby. Cute little treat pouches. And this tea bag holder, or it could be a coffee bag holder, because you can get coffee bags about the same size. So it's a double pouch, and you can fit tea bag in one side and in the other side. Yeah, I like masking the stem. All right, the other side is a little card, and I've used the Time for Tea dies and stamps, and you can write on the back of that. And then in the middle, if you undo the bow, you can pop a little cellophane bag of cookies or something in there, and it'd make a nice tea time break. So pop the cookies in the middle, pop the end of the cello bag out there, tie it back up, and you've got a nice little gift for a friend who likes tea or coffee. I will make a coffee one, just not today. And then I showed the adhesive one that I made. So you can keep all your adhesive in here. So it'll fit this in the tear and tape. And there's room in there also for your pearls or rhinestones or what have you. Tombow. Yeah, so, and it's all made with the same DSP, and I've embellished it just with the bow. So that's that one. Now today we're going to make this little box, I thought, which is really quite easy, and you could fit some chocolates in there, earrings, bracelet, all sorts of things. Just nice little gift box. So I thought we'd do that one today, and I think I've left my, no, it's all right, I've got my punch here. So we're going to make that today with the envelope punch board. So we need some DSP, quite obviously, or 15.2 centimetres by 15.2 centimetres, and I'm using Fresh Fig today. Now if you join my Use It, Choose It, Use It group, yeah, go to my blog and click on the sidebar image for the, and it's all DSP, Choose It, Use It group. It's free and it's all about using up your DSP. So that's the card that we need for our box. And then we need our envelope punch board. And I'm just going to bring that in, and we're going, so there'll be a bit of noise. And I'm going to score at 1 3/4. And I'm sorry, I don't have the metric measurements on my envelope punch board, but 1 3/4 is 4.2 centimetres. So score and punch, or punch and score. Move it along to 4.5, which is about 10.5 centimetres, is it? Sorry, 3.5, which is 8.4. Just as well I checked that. No, it's telling me it's 9. All right, so 3.5, score and punch. And then we're just going to follow these around, these score lines. So line your pointer up with the score line, punch and score, move it along, line it up, punch and score, turn it, do the same, move it along. Make sure you've lined up your score lines properly. It does make a difference. And last one, right, that's all I need, that 4, and I'm just going to come in and use my scoring tool and burnish all those lines that we just scored. And using card, you need to give them a good burnish. So, you still with me, Helen, or am I talking to myself? Alright, so, okay, now, I just have to remember what I did on this one now. I think I did the narrow ones. So, I come up and what I do is I cut like a little wedge on these narrow ones. That's just so it sort of sits a bit nicer when you put it together. I'm actually going to cut all these flaps off. Flap off. Cut this flap off. I'm glad you liked it. Alright, cut this one. I'll show you what this looks like in a minute. Alright, last one we're going to wedge out. And then we're actually going to cut the flaps off here. Hope I've done this right. Anyway, I think I've used different measurements. Might have to cut another bit of card. Alright, so now don't throw these out because you can use them for punched out bits later for something else. Alright, now your box is going to go like this. And yep, all my DSP is wrong, so we'll have to cut some more. Alright, so sorry about that, ladies. So your box should look like that. And I will tell you, you're going to need 2 pieces, which are about 3. I'm just going to write this down. 2 at 3 centimetres by 7 centimetres. And then you're going to need 2 at 3 centimetres by 4.5 centimetres. And you're going to need 1 which is 7 centimetres by 4.5, I think. Yeah, 4.5. And then you're going to need a piece of card which is 11 centimetres by 7 centimetres. And you're going to score it at 3.2, 10 and 10.2 centimetres. Does that make sense? So I'll just bring my trimmer back in and my fresh fig. Hi Kay, how are you? Long time no see. So I'll just bring in my fresh fig again, and I'm going to cut a piece which is 7 centimetres wide by 11 centimetres, and we're going to score that at 3.2, which is 1 1/4, I think, inches. 3.2 and 10.2, which is 4 inches. Oh, I haven't cut that long enough. We'll go back to the drawing board. Alright, so with our DSP, alright, so it needs to be like 7 centimetres. We put a new blade in the other day and it seems to be blunt already. Alright, by 3, that's the front and the back. You don't have to put it on the back if you don't want to. Alright, so this little box is going to be a little bit different to the other box. And then you need 2 at 3 by 4.5. Alright, 4.5, 3, there, and another one goes here. And then we need one which is 7 by 4.5, and that'll be the top. Alright, got all these little bits of DSP now hanging around. I will use for something else at another stage. So we'll just get our Tombow and stick these bits on that we can. Now I like to stick them on beforehand so that when I put the box together, before I put the box together, I'm actually going to punch out. See, I'm not having much luck here today, am I? Must be time for a new one. I think that one's about done. Alright, time for a new one, although it doesn't feel done. I'll fiddle with that one later. And I'll get a new one out. Let's see if I can open it. Can you hear my dog barking at something? Alright, so we'll try again with a new one. That's better. And just spread those blobs out if you get them, because you don't want them sort of sneaking out under your DSP. I do like this DSP, and I don't think the catalogue does it justice really. Beautiful colours. One side, other side, and then the front and the back. And we'll punch a bit out of one side for an opening. And I'm just using my scallop circle punch for that. So just pop this one on here. I think I did the other box different measurements. That one on there. Now, this is where you need to do your opening. So do it before you put your box together. Is much easier. So just slide your punch in, and you don't need a lot, about 1/3 maybe, and do it sort of in the middle, and you can judge from where your punch is as to where to put it. Cleaning fairies will get that later. That's me with vacuum cleaner. Alright, so then you just go ahead and put it together with a bit of liquid glue. So do right up to the edges so you make sure your box sticks properly. And you can do 2 at a time. And you don't need a lot with Tombow. Just push them in so the edges are straight on top. Because remember, we wedged out a little bit in the middle. Just going to put that up there like that so I can adhesive on these 2 flaps. I've got some flowers today, most unexpected. I think it's because I kept saying I'd really like some flowers. You've been to the entrance for 4 days. Oh, you should have given me a call, Kay. I could have come down and had coffee with you. Not very far. It's lovely down there. I'm going down there next week for lunch with some friends. Alright, so that's our box so far. So I need a piece of card which goes in there, up and down again. So it needs to be 3 and 5's 8 and 3's 11. Isn't that what I cut out before? Yes, I did. So that should be right. So I'm going to score out 3 and 3 on the other side maybe. 3.2 I think I scored at. And then 3. Better put the lid on this glue before it goes everywhere. So score there at 3. Yeah, that should be right. So there we go. I don't know what I was thinking before. And then I bring in my envelope punch board again. And I line the card up with this edge here of the envelope punch board. Stick it in so that it's straight along the top and punch down. Then flip it over and repeat. Bob's been out fishing today. I think he's worn out. I can hear snoring. Alright, then with my scoring tool from the envelope punch board, I just score those 2 bits like that. Now before I actually glue it in, I need to check that it's going to fit in properly, and it does. Alright, so I can go ahead and put glue on that end that we didn't use in our envelope punch board. So put glue on that and then pop that in like that. Just hold it for a second. Okay, and now we've got our little box. Now this box, I'll put all the measurements on my blog when I put this up. I think this box is different because I scored and punched at 4.5. From what I can see, that's what I've done. Just trying to see. Oh, I punched at 4 inches and today I've punched at 3.5. So it makes a difference, doesn't it, in the size of the box. So there's that one box that we made today out of Fresh Fig and Petal Promenade. And there's the box I made the other day out of Petal Pink and Petal Promenade. Okay, so that's it for today. Thanks so much for your time. That's it for now. Bye for now.
It'll take creation, imagination. Try to draw outside the line. Let us see it inside your mind. You'll find inspiration. All I'm saying is you can do it. I wanna hear